All right, it's 7 p.m. We're going to begin this regular meeting of the Rutherford Board of Education, February 23rd, 2026. So ask everyone to please stand, face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll ask Mr. Whitford to please take roll.
Mr. Bogosian?
Present.
Mrs. Cates?
Here.
Mrs. Cole?
Here.
Mr. Conti?
Present.
Mr. Healy?
Here.
Mrs. Jones? Dr. Racine?
Here.
Mr. Sprayberry?
Present.
Dr. Lottie?
Here.
Miss Iori?
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meeting of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Rutherford Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place posted on the bulletin board outside the Borough Clerk's office, mailed to the Herald, South Bergenite, and the Record newspapers, and filed with the Borough Clerk. Hard copies of the agenda are available in the meeting room, and the agenda is posted electronically on Friday before the meeting date on the district's website at www.rutherfordschools.org. Subsequent to the meeting, a video of the meeting will be uploaded to the district's website, www.rutherfordschools.org. The video link can be found by opening the Board of Education link and clicking on Public Meetings and then Videos. So board members, in your packets, there are minutes to approve from the regular meeting of January 26th, 2026, as we did not have an executive session. Any questions or comments about the regular meeting notes? All right. Hearing none, then I will turn it over now for the report of the student representative.
Good evening. It's been a while since my last report, so we've had a lot going on at the high school since we've transitioned into the new year. Winter sports have been going very well with lots of exciting things to celebrate. Both the girls swimming team and the bowling team won their first ever state sectional titles in RHS history. Several athletes have also broken school records and achieved career milestones in their respective sports this season, making it a really great winter. In January, some senior NHS members helped prepare the freshmen for their first midterm experience by presenting some helpful tips and answering questions they had about midterms. Heroes and Cool Kids made their second visit to Pierpont School in January, talking to the sixth graders about bullying and building character. The RHS Music Department hosted Cafe Night, where some of our talented music students performed live for their classmates and families. RHS students participated in the Super Bowl against Riverdale High School, collecting soup cans to be donated to the food pantry. RHS won the competition, collecting almost 700 cans of soup. The senior fashion show was a huge success. The senior class had a great time modeling, and more than 250 prizes were raffled off, making it a great night for everyone involved. For Valentine's Day, the NHS members packaged bags of candy to donate to the food pantry as a fun holiday treat. And Student Council and Pep Club also sold Valentine Grams, which is always a fun way to spread some love around RHS. The 8th graders recently came to tour the high school as they start to get ready for next year. Members of Student Council helped answer their questions and showed them around the building, allowing them to get a sneak peek into some high school classes. This past week, the French Club hosted their annual French soiree, which includes musical performances as well, and everyone who attended had a great time. Tomorrow, the Consumer Bowl team will be competing in the county competition, and if we win, we'll be going on to compete in the regional competition in the spring. Next week, members of Future Teachers of America Club will be visiting the Kindergarten Center, Lincoln, and Washington School for Read Across America Day. The high schoolers will be reading a story to each class, and then the kids will get to make a craft that goes along with the book. This is always such a fun day for both the high school and elementary students. And lastly, the spring musical Footloose is coming up on March 13th, 14th, and 15th. The cast and crew have been working very hard to bring the production together, and they can't wait for its stage debut. That's all for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Questions or comments from board members? That Consumer Bowl, it just every year.
Yeah,
They
we've
are
won
incredible.
it last 2 years, I think.
The last 4, yeah.
4 years, okay.
I'm actually in it, so
Good.
I've been doing it, yeah, all 4
And
years.
I do want to comment on the bowling team first time ever winning the sectional championship. Earlier in the season, we had a bowler bowl of 300 game, and was athlete of the week for the Bergen record, so that quite an accomplishment. And the swim team, a very successful program for years, but first time winning the state sectional. And of course, Coach A is retiring at the end of the year. She's a bowling coach, so it's a nice way for her to go out too with that win. I believe about 8 or 9 students from middle school union got selected for either the state or the regional choir, which is again another great accomplishment. So yeah, a lot's been going on. I know we had that reorg meeting, and then we had the remote meeting, so we haven't heard a report for a while. So
Yeah.
it's great to get you back.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your report. Feel free to stay if you'd like to be here for the rest of the evening, but if you have commitments that you need to attend to, we understand as well. Thank you again. All right.
Good night.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you, too. I will turn it over now to Mr. Hurley for the report of the superintendent.
Thank you. I left a couple of notes from Lincoln School students. Every year they do a week or a month of kindness, and they write some notes to various people throughout the borough, including board members. So those are from students at Lincoln School. Also, with the snow, I thank you all for adjusting your schedules. We haven't had a storm like this in quite a while, or a winter like this in quite a while. So today, our custodians and maintenance folks, I was watching on camera yesterday morning, and at 6:45, they were on site while the storm was still, pretty much intensely raging, trying to clear things out. Worked through the day till probably 5 o'clock or so last night. And, I was pushing for a delayed opening today, and I think we could have done it with the buildings, but there's a lot of snow out there in the community. And I'm even, I am a bit concerned, even with parking and drop-off and pickup tomorrow. Buildings are in pretty good shape, but the streets are what they are. Every school, well, I shouldn't say every school, the high school, Washington, Lincoln, and Pierpont, the police have made a couple of street closures or making a couple of streets one-way to try to ease some of the traffic around the schools in the morning. And hopefully the principals in those buildings have sent that information out. We got the letters, got the email this morning from the police. And that will be in place temporarily until things clear up a little bit. The good news is, it's supposed to get eventually towards the end of the week a little warmer. The bad news is they're talking about maybe an inch of snow overnight until tomorrow morning, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have 20 on the ground, an inch adds to it. We are out of snow days, so be ready for, if we get bad weather, for a lot of late arrivals and delayed openings to try to get the day in if we can. Obviously, if we need to use another day, we will, but then we have to look at April break or the end of the year or something to pick up a day, and none of that is really optimal. So we'll hope that spring arrives.
Is there a quick question?
Yeah,
Mr.
are
Bogosian?
we able to do remote if we have to
No.
do that? No?
The state only allows you to go remote if you have 3 consecutive days
Okay.
off due to an emergency. So it would be on the 4th day. So if we have that much snow, then
Yeah.
all bets are off anyway. So we'll take a look. Hopefully we won't have to get there, or if we get something, we can at least get a delayed opening or an early dismissal and handle it like that. I also want to mention that the mid-year report on the student safety data system, it's embedded in the agenda. So there are certain things that get reported: violence, vandalism, substance abuse, weapons. They get reported and HIB confirmed. So district-wide, we had a total of 15 incidents that led to a suspension. 5 at the high school, none at Lincoln, 6 at Pierpont, 4 at Union, none at Washington. And again, when you have 2,600 kids in school for 4 months, 15 incidences across the district is not a large number, and it is not a number that is large even in comparison and contrast to years past. There were 35 other incidents leading to a removal, meaning a suspension. 22 at the high school, 1 at Lincoln, 1 at Union, 11 at Pierpont, none at Washington. And those are things like maybe excessive tardies or cutting a class or, disrespectful behavior or things like that. They don't get reported to the state, but they get reported on the form. We had so far a low number of HIBs, 2 confirmed and 2 alleged, so a total of 4 reports. We do have a couple that we're going to be talking about tonight, but again, that number is lower than past years. And when you look at the HIB trainings programs, which we have to report every year, trainings are for staff, programs are for kids, 32 total, district-wide, 40 programs, 32 trainings. I think some of those trainings and programs are the reason why some of the numbers are down. Also new to the report is restraint and seclusion. We have to have staff trained in restraining students. This is for use in some of the special education classes, and we have had no time that we had to restrain a student, so there's nothing to report there. So it's a pretty typical report for us, a report that does not raise any red flags or concerns anywhere. As you know, I do this several times. I'll report the second half of the year, then I'll do a report on the full year later on, okay? I also included in your packages a progress report, for lack of a better word, on the school and district goals. So if anybody has any questions or anything about that anytime, I'm happy to talk about it. But that was just for your information for you to be aware of. I'm going to let Mr. Whitford say a few words about the budget. Also tonight on the agenda, Mr. Whitford the board is going to be asked to accept resignation. We are certainly sad to see him go, but we'll have time to be sad later because we're in the midst of a rather strenuous budget season. So Matt, if you want to just update the board of where we're at and what's coming.
Sure. So for the 26-27 year budget, we're in the last few weeks of our final stretch. We've had numerous meetings between Mr. Hurley, myself, our administrative team, our finance committee, and our buildings and grounds committee, honestly, since October, in preparation for creating this budget. There's been a number of challenges that this board has had and the school districts around the state of New Jersey. Health benefits increase have gone up more than 50% in the last 3 years for municipalities and school boards for the state health benefits plan. Utility costs are in double-digit increases. Special education costs and transportation are increasing year over year. So there's a number of aspects that we've had to have probably more discussions than we've had in the past of making sure that all of our T's are crossed and I's are dotted to make sure the budget is balanced at the end of the day. State aid the state's budget address is being released on March 10th. Will the districts get their state aid numbers on March 12th? And then we'll have a budget presentation on March 16th where the board is asked to approve a budget to get sent to the county on that date. So we still have a few weeks left, but there have definitely been some challenges that we've been working through as we're creating the budget. And then lastly, I do want to mention that what Mr. Hurley said, that you guys are being asked to accept my resignation to no fault of Rutherford, the board, or the school district, taking an opportunity outside of public schools. I want to sincerely thank this board and our administrators and Mr. Hurley and our whole staff for welcoming me when I first started here, accepting any updates and changes I've made, and I'm going to help this transition for the next few weeks. And my plan is to leave Rutherford in a better position operationally than when I first started. So I want to make sure that transition is smoothly and you guys are as successful, if not more successful, with my successor. Thanks.
Thank you. So again, I want to thank Matt and Mr. Whitford, and I want to thank the Finance Committee too. We've been, we'll see. I think we're getting to the finish line in good order. but it's a tougher lift this year than it's been for some of the reasons that Mr. Whitford mentioned. So the governor's address is late. It would normally be next week, this week actually. It would be today, yeah. And we would get our state aid Thursday, and we then would have a couple of weeks if it goes up, if it goes down, if it stays flat. But the new governor has the prerogative through the legislature to ask for and receive an extension of time, which makes sense. I mean, she takes office January 20th, and she has to, turn things around pretty quickly. But unfortunately, they don't extend the time on the other end of it. So our budget will still be due March 16th or to the county office, and we won't know our state aid numbers till March 12th. So if there is any significant decrease or significant increase, it will be a lot to do from that Thursday night to that Monday night to make adjustments. If we stay flat or get a little bump, we'll be in good shape in terms of being ready to go forward. But one way or the other, we have to go forward on the 15th to the 16th. So stay tuned for that. And that's it from my report.
Questions or comments from board members?
Do we think the state's going to do a waiver again for the healthcare costs?
They have.
Yeah, well, they have.
And we have that already, and that's factored in, yep. Yep. It's the biggest increase in state health benefits ever. Ergo, there will be a big waiver to increase it. But again, I want to, we'll get into the real details of this down the road. That, it's about, 80 cents on the dollar when it comes out to. So you're still, you're getting about 80%.
Yeah.
The ability to raise your budget by the 80%, but you're still hitting that 20%.
A couple things I just wanted to say in my role as board president. So first off, I wanted to say, Mr. Early, you mentioned the interim report of district goals. And as the board knows, the district goals are tied in with our board goals as well. And I was really impressed with all the goals and the progress happening, strengthening achievement, ELA, science and math, the successful rollout of Envisions math and K-8, K-3 phonics, pivoting of the science program to meet rigorous goals, portrait of a Rutherford graduate, how that's being implemented, the fact that everyone is really actively using the Atlas curriculum platform, which is great. Really interested in what was reported about use and integration, responsible use and integration of AI, the high school lessons being developed, the way teachers are using it. So thought that was great. And I wanted to thank both Mr. Hurley and Mr. Whitford just for really strategic and thoughtful finance committee meetings that we've had. So we've had 2 or 3. These are, like Mr. Hurley was saying, not easy days for the state in terms of how districts look to make sure that they have the appropriate budget that they're passing. And I really just appreciate how people and programs continue to be a real priority for, how we strive to make sure that there's excellence in the Rutherford district. So looking forward to that, and just thank you in advance for all the work you're doing on that, because it's not easy to think about all the ways that we make things work. And finally, just want to thank Mr. Whitford for 2 great years as the business administrator, having sat on the kind of being one of the finalist interviewers with my colleague, Dr. Racine. You stood light years ahead in a way that really gave us a lot of excitement, and you've really done a lot in the district to continue to streamline systems and make sure that we're thinking strategically. And you and Mr. Hurley have worked super well together, and you've provided us with a board of a level of education and understanding around finances and transparency, so that we really have a working understanding, especially the finance committee of things. So we don't take that for granted, and most thankfully appreciate your professionalism about how we're thinking about succession. So I always say, what we do next is important, so succession planning is really important, and all of that has been talked through at the Finance Committee level as well to make sure that we have what we need in the interim and as we look forward. So just want to say thank you.
If I can, just one thing going back to the AI. On the Parent Academy website, it was supposed to be posted this week, but with the snow day and snow days, I'm not sure if it was that. But there is a AI-generated video clip about what we're doing in the district with AI. So look for it on the Parent Academy website sometime this week. It was supposed to go up, I think, today. I'm not sure if it did or not. Maybe we were out. Okay, so that will give you a little idea, too, of what's going on in the schools and what the committee's been working on.
All right, we're going to move on now to the report of the president. So first of all, I don't want to tarnish Ms. Jones' perfect record because in my 9 or 10 years on the board, she's never missed a meeting. So she actually had car issues. She was planning to be here, so I just want that noted on the record, that she made a best effort to be here this evening, and I appreciate all her contributions. I don't have anything really to add in my president's report this evening, except just to express gratitude to the facility staff for all their work to clear out this area. I understand it's a collaborative endeavor. It's not the superintendent's decision, the school's decision alone. It's got to be in sync with the town and all the efforts that go into making sure that we can reopen safely for all those purposes. And again, just echoing thanks to board members, given that school was closed for a snow day today, making an effort to all be here this evening. It's the first Board of Ed meeting I've seen in person when we've had a snow day, so just thank you to everyone for that. So questions or comments from board members?
Our kids get a snow day and we don't?
Right, exactly.
I was sure that if you had done a late open today.
No, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
I was down here. I came down around 11, went around all the schools, and wanted to see how it would look at 11, and would not have looked pretty.
I think you know how to match me.
Yeah.
Students.
Yeah, no, it was. But to Dr. Lai's point, on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I have a meeting with the OEM. I'm a member of the OEM on the borough, so ultimately it is my decision, but you work in concert with everybody else in town, because to say, well, we're going in, we're going to open, and then the streets aren't clear, or there's issues with DPW or police and safety. So you have to try to work in concert with that. And so it's a very good working group. We talk. They ask me what I'm hoping for, what we like to do. They tell me what concerns they have, and they do make every attempt to hit the schools first and to try to get that areas done first. But again, we had 21 inches of snow. That's a lot of snow.
All right. Thank you. So now we're going to move on to the portion of the meeting where we open it to the public. So we open our meeting to the public twice. The first time for any items related to the agenda. Then we go through new business, and then we open it up again for any items related to or not related to the agenda. So it's 7:23 p.m. I'd like to open the meeting to the public for anything related to our agenda this evening. All right, seeing no comments, we're going to close the meeting at 7:23 p.m. and we're going to move on to new business where there's action to be taken. And just a reminder, we're continuing with our consent agenda. So we'll start with personnel. Ms. Cole.
Good evening. Personnel did not meet this month, and the following 20 motions are going to be put forward tonight at the recommendation of the superintendent. I'd like to move motions 1 through 20 under personnel.
All right, thank you. And we have a second on that, Mr. Conti. All right, questions, discussion.
There's a couple of
Yep.
things. If on resolution number 8, the effective date, because again, this is for a leave replacement and sometimes things change, should be February 23rd, 2026. Mr. Whitford for the minutes. Okay. And then on resolution number 15 and number 16, for Christine Robertson, the effective date for her should be February 20th, 2026. Because again, adjustments were made due to the change in the leave. I also want to mention the retirement of Mr. Michael Moore, who is the night custodian here at the high school. And you may not know Mike, but you see him every time we have a board meeting. He's in here putting the water bottles out and setting up the tables, and sometimes directing traffic in the parking lot when there's a conflicting event going on. So Mike will be retiring after over 30 years in the district at the end of this year. So we wish him well.
All right. Ms. Shirley, do you just want to mention how number 19 works so everyone kind of understands
Oh, yes,
that?
I'm sorry. I meant to do that. For the only two contracts that have to get approved at the county level are the superintendent's contract and the business administrator's contract. So if you remember when Mr. Whitford was hired, you might remember when my last contract was up, the board has to approve a resolution allowing me to submit a contract to the county for approval. It's not a person yet, but when we negotiate, or I negotiate with that person, I then have the approval of the board to send a contract forward to them for their approval, because the board cannot approve the person until the county's approved the contract. There's a whole list of things they go through for these two contracts. With an interim, a lot less to go through is a per diem salary, but you still have to follow the regulations. So what you're approving tonight is to allow me to, once I have a candidate to send forward, I can send the contract off to the county for them to review. Okay? That make sense? Okay.
All right. So any last questions or comments from board members about personnel? Hearing none, Mr. Whitford, please take roll.
Mr. Bogosian?
Yes.
Ms. Cates?
Yes.
Ms. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
Dr. Racine?
Yes.
Mr. Sprayberry?
Yes.
Dr. Eladi?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
All right, thank you. We're going to move on now to curriculum and instruction. Ms. Jones is not here, but I will just say that we did not have a curriculum and instruction meeting, and there are 5 motions on the agenda, and I'm moving to forward those 5 agenda items under curriculum and instruction. Do we have a second? All right, Mr. Bogosian. Discussion or questions on those? All right, hearing none, Mr. Whitford, please take roll.
Mr. Bogosian?
Yes.
Ms. Cates?
Yes.
Ms. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
Dr. Racine?
Yes.
Mr. Sprayberry?
Yes.
Dr. Eladi?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
All right, thank you. We're going to move on now to finance. Mr. Bogosian.
Good evening. We've had 2 finance committee meetings since our last full board meeting, primarily discussing the budget. Tonight on the agenda, we have 5 motions to consider. I'd like to move motions 1 through 5 under finance.
All right, thank you. Do we have a second? Mr. Healy, questions or comments about finance? All right, hearing no questions or comments, Mr. Whitford, please take roll.
Mr. Bogosian?
Yes.
Mrs. Cates?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
Dr. Racine?
Yes.
Mr. Sprayberry?
Yes.
Dr. Eladi?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
All right, thank you. We'll move on now to policy. Mr. Healy.
Yes, we did not have a committee meeting since our last board meeting, and tonight there is one resolution as a second reading being put forth as listed.
All right, thank you. Do we have a second on that? We'll go Mr. Sprayberry. Questions or comments from board members? All right, this is the second reading, so we passed the first reading last time. Hearing no questions or comments, Mr. Whitford, please take roll.
Mr. Bogosian?
Yes.
Mrs. Cates?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
Dr. Racine?
Yes.
Mr. Sprayberry?
Yes.
Dr. Eladi?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
All right, thank you. We'll move on now to buildings and grounds. Mr. Sprayberry.
Good evening. We had a B&G committee meeting this month, went over capital expenses and energy programs, so great job by Mr. Whitford, Gamboa, and Mr. Early, so great meeting. Have one motion to put forth.
All All right, so one motion to put forth by Mr. Sprayberry, seconded by Mr. Bogosian. Questions or comments about these or this motion? Hearing none, Mr. Whitford, please take roll.
Mr. Bogosian,
Yes.
Mrs. Cates,
Yes.
Mrs. Cole,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
Yes.
Mr. Healy,
Yes.
Dr. Racine,
Yes.
Mr. Sprayberry,
Yes.
Dr. Alati.
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on now to old business. Is there any old business? All right, hearing none. Legislative update. Ms. Jones isn't here. Anyone else have any legislative updates? All right. Hearing none, that it's 7:30 p.m., we are going to open the meeting to the public for anything related to or not related to the agenda this evening. All right, welcome. So just ask you to say your name and address, and typically we ask to try to keep comments to around 3 minutes or so, but we can be flexible.
I'll be short. My name's Laura Finelli, address 340 Montrose. I'm a mom of 2 girls in district. Haley's at the K Center and Ava's in 3rd at Lincoln. I feel like it's not going to sound relevant because we're talking so much about snow right now, but I wanted to discuss the playground redesign that's been ongoing this year. It's a really exciting opportunity, but I've been hearing how the renderings are going to look for the playgrounds, and I'm starting to feel like the opportunity, there's a responsibility that comes with the opportunity, and it's very close to my heart. I wanted to discuss the plan and ask the board to commit to a truly inclusive design. Right now, for many children with physical disabilities, playgrounds at the K Center, Lincoln, and Washington schools are something they watch, not something they fully are participating in, and that matters. Playgrounds aren't just equipment. They're the place where friendships are formed, where confidence is built, where kids learn independence, safety awareness, and social skills. When a child can't access this playground, they aren't just missing out on recess, they're missing connection, and they're missing belonging. It's not about special treatment. This is all about equal access. The Americans with Disabilities Act sets minimum requirements, which I know we follow, but minimum compliance is not the same as meaningful inclusion. Inclusive playground design will benefit all children. Ramps and accessible surfaces not only help kids in wheelchairs, but also kids with temporary injuries, children with ambulatory difficulties, or even staff with physical needs that are there to assist the children. We've come a long way in terms of universal access. It'd be a shame to see us regress simply because all relevant and necessary stakeholders weren't on the planning team. This is the exact reason we ask for community feedback when we spend community money. We want to meet all needs, so we need all voices at the table. I'm respectfully asking the board to commit to redesigning the new playgrounds to meet universal design standards, not just the minimum ADA compliance. I'm suggesting including parents of children with disabilities in the planning process, sharing the proposed designs publicly before final approval, and allocating funding specifically for accessible surfacing. I'm asking you to make inclusion a non-negotiable aspect of the playground project. That's all.
All right, thank you. Well, first thing I want to say is thank you so much for coming and speaking so that we can hear your perspective, and everything you shared is really important. We typically work in board committees, so the open session of the meeting is not typically like a back and forth, but it's something where we're all taking notes, and then we'll bring things back to committee meeting, and we'll talk about it with Mr. Hurley and Mr. Whitford to make sure that your feedback is taken very seriously.
Tomorrow I have a meeting, in fact, with the principal and the supervisor from the kindergarten center and the 2 principals, because we have to make a decision. You know, part of the issue of whether we're even going to be able to go forward with 1 or 2 or 3 projects this year is going to come down with money and budget. So we're meeting tomorrow to see the feasibility of doing any this year. You know, we're hopeful that we're going to be able to do at least 1 and then maybe do 2 down the road. Renderings are renderings and not necessarily final designs. And what we would be doing is meeting with the vendor to go over final designs. And so I will certainly raise with the principals tomorrow and with the vendor when we meet some of your concerns. If you wanted to, so that I don't misstate anything you stated, you know, if you can, I know you have that written down, if you want to send that to me. Okay? I mean, at least I'd have verbatim what you said. And like I said, nothing's finalized yet, so I can't even tell you why we're going to do something or why we're not going to do something. But if you can send that to me, it'll be helpful when I have these discussions. Okay?
Appreciate you considering it.
Okay.
Bringing it up. Thank you.
So, yeah, email it to me, and if you do it before tomorrow what's that we meeting tomorrow? I'm at 2 o'clock? Do it before 2 o'clock, I'll have it. Okay? All right, thank you.
All right. So seeing no one else in the audience, we're going to close the open part of the meeting at 7:35 p.m. There is a need for an executive session to discuss 3 student matters and 1 personnel matter, about 10 to 15 minutes.
No action.
No action to be taken. Need a motion to go into executive session. James and James, first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. We're going to go into executive session. Thank you.